Hello everyone and welcome into DotTalk as we take a look in at what's happening with the Canada Defenders over this past week. We'll also take a quick look at the Tuba Samurai in Casual 34. We'll also look at the Canada Defenders Fantasy FFBL League. All that coming your way right after this. Get in on the action. Goal Line Blitz is a web-based American football MMORPG. They've written a custom football simulation engine to provide you with the ultimate football experience on the web. Do you love fantasy football? Ever wish you could play with the pros? Join other football fans from around the world in building the player and team of your dreams right here. That's GoalLineBlitz.com. Get in on the action. Is your Season 1 or 2 dot teetering on the brink of extinction? Are you planning on retiring your player to reap the flex benefits? I want you to know that there is another option. You can be a mentor. There are young dots who could benefit greatly from the vision and confidence boost that your mentor can provide. Do you have what it takes to make a difference in the play of up-and-coming dot ballers? Contact Tuba Samurai, owner of the Canada Defenders in Canada AAA and the Tuba Samurai in Casual League, or contact your favorite team on GoalLineBlitz.com today. Be a mentor. And hello everyone, this is Tuba Samurai and you're listening in to Dot Talk. Let's take a look in at the Canada Defenders and what they've done this past week. Starting with week 1 as they traveled on the road to the Windsor Flyers in cross-conference action. The Windsor Flyers out of the West Conference and a tough team. And they beat the Canada Defenders fairly soundly, I'll tell you that. 38-17, your final score. They had 421 total net yards compared to Canada's 285. They beat us through the air. They beat us on the ground. They beat us in the turnover game. They even beat us with punting average. And they had a running back, Olivia Five, who did a great job on the ground keeping Windsor with good field position. And he had a great game. The Canada Defenders player of the game was running back Natrone Baum, who is owned by Agent GoBolts 33. He had 14 rushes, 83 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he got 5.9 yards a carry, 11 broken tackles. The play of the game actually came from defender Steve Mongo McMichael, of course, is the play of the game, in my opinion. Anytime a defensive tackle gets a sack, you got to count that as something. Steve McMichael, owned by Marshall 58. And, of course, it came in garbage time as well, as it was fourth quarter, 13:27 to go in the game. But he got the sack on third down. They were lined up in a 3-wide set with a tight end to the left. He lined up over the left guard, got by him, got by the left tackle, and dropped the quarterback for a 7.5-yard loss. In Game 2, the Defenders took on District 9 Prawns in their first conference game, and the score didn't really go along with what happened in the game. The Prawns scored 40 on the Defenders. The Defenders got 17, but it was a lot closer on paper as the District 9 Prawns got 468 total net yards. The Defenders got 422, a lot closer there. They won the ground game with 192 yards and a 5.8 rushing average. We only got 82, but we got 340 yards through the air. We just weren't able to convert those to touchdowns. Also, the quarterback got sacked quite a few times. A tough loss in conference play. There were some bright spots, especially on offense. Natrone Baum turned in another solid performance on the ground with 94.5 yards and 1 touchdown. Vincent McCoy, owned by Zach CR30, he looked good in the pocket when he was on his feet, but like I said, sacked 5 times, rushed, hurried quite a few times as well. The Defenders player of the game was wide receiver Elijah Rubin, who had 7 receptions, 132.5 yards, 1 touchdown, 18.5 yards per catch, and a 10.2 yard after the catch. No drops in that one. Another wide receiver with a big game was Brian Cunningham, owned by Given to Fly. He turned in a solid game with 7 receptions, 69 yards. The defense did play well, but they just lost some roles. Things didn't go their way. Cornerback Kelvin Hayden did get an interception. We had 2 sacks in the game, one from Moonkid 13's own stupidity. Also, strong safety Xavier Tucker Jr. getting a sack for the Defenders. District 9 running back Jet Xavier, owned by the wife, did some great things when he got the ball, racking up over 100 yards on the ground and over 80 through the air, getting 2 touchdowns. Play of the game for the Defenders came from player of the game Elijah Rubin. He got a 73-yard touchdown reception in a 5-wide set. He just got by his cornerback and was able to take it the distance. And a bright spot for the first 2 weeks, if you really got to find what the bright spot is, hey, our kicker's 100% on the season with 2 out of 2 on field goals and 4 out of 4 extra points. Looking at our games coming up, we've got this week, we'll travel on the road to the Jerovy Les Gaulois. I don't know how to say that. It's French, but it should be win number 1 for the Defenders. We'll also face the Moose Jaw Grizzlies at home. They're a tough team with some tough breaks like the Defenders. Week 5, we'll travel to the Texas Hog Snakes, who moved up from AA. They always deliver a good game. Week 6, we'll have the Prince George Kings, a Season 2 team, but they're a great team on hard times. They're dangerous, though. You got to watch them. My 34-cap casual league team, Tuba Samurai, they're having a great season so far, averaging 266.5 points per game as they faced 2 gutted opponents so far. So they're doing well. We're going to take a break right now. When we come back, we're going to look at the Canada Defenders Fantasy Football League. Keep it tuned right here to DotTalk. Have you always watched football going, man, I wish I was the coach. I'd do things differently. Well, now you've got your chance with Goal Line Blitz. You can be the owner, the coach, whatever you want to be. Manage every aspect of a football game. Set ticket and concession prices. Improve your stadium. Sign, cut, and trade players. Get game-by-game strategy and play to win the league championship. You can watch your strategies played out in real time and pause the action at any point. Log on right now to goallineblitz.com and be the man. Are you tired of spending hour upon hour setting up your AI only to get beat by 255 points? Well, don't worry about that anymore. Come over to the casual leagues. GoalLineBlitz.com has casual leagues set up from the 13 caps all the way up to uncapped casual leagues. Don't scream at your monitor all day anymore. Pit your dot against other dots in a fair match in the casual leagues at GoalLineBlitz.com. Welcome back into Dot Talk, taking a look at what's going on in the world of the Canada Defenders. And right now taking a look at our Fantasy Football League and looking at our Week 5 Fantasy Football matchups. Tuba's BB Flats beat the Korean Crushers 122.75 to 83.73. Kibbles and Vicks over the Fighting Irish 157.56 to 90.92. Sweet Fancy Moses scoring the first win over It's in the Hole Picket 156.15 to 128.59. The Slashers beat the GF Bulldogs 151.09 to 118.88. And the game of the week, man, came down to Who's and the Canada Coordinators. And the Who's winning that one by less than 1 point, 132.56 to 131.92. Matchups this week, Tuba's BB Flats, my team, we're taking on Kibbles and Vicks. Looks to be a good matchup. It's in the Hole Picket going against the Fighting Irish. Canada Coordinators going up against Sweet Fancy Moses. Who's faces the Slashers. The GF Bulldogs taking on the Korean Crushers. And number 1 in the league right now, It's in the Hole Picket. They're 4-1 with 677.28 fantasy points scored. And right now, Slashers number 2, but they've won the point battle. They've got 695 points, way ahead of everybody but number 2 in the league. That's a look in at Dog Talk. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back with you next week to take a look at what's happening with the Canada Defenders.